Just as we were getting ready for air, both teams coming out of their locker rooms, out of the tunnel, and this crowd is pumped up as their Redskins get set to match up with the Oakland Raiders. First down, here's Cousins. To the hook up over the middle to Pryor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down. Play fake. Cousins. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A first down throw for Cousins. Pryor has it complete. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating? The guys who just gave up that play.
On the run, it's Kelly. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. 9 big yards on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Rob Kelly was the number 3 rookie runner in the NFL in 2016 behind Ezekiel Elliott and Jordan Howard. What a nice start for him.
Seemingly out of nowhere because he was undrafted and I think ready to put his imprint on this Redskin franchise.
One reason, he can do everything. Run it with power inside, catch the ball out of the backfield, and also pass protects really well for his quarterbacks.
I don't think it's a surprise they're throwing the football early. We expected that. They told us they were going to come out firing, but 4 for 4 on the opening drive. They like that.
They don't just like it, they love it, because now everyone gets locked in. Your confidence jumps up. Everyone's easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, let's keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
So on 4th down, Cousins will head to the sideline and give way to Dustin Hopkins. On the right hash, it's a 43-yard attempt. And Hopkins' kick is good. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. So they get the ball first here in front of the home crowd under the lights, and they get 3 points out of it.
And there's something about a night game, isn't there? A little extra snap, a little extra crisp in the air. What a terrific way to get things started. A little extra excitement, a little extra dazzle for the home crowd.
Cordero Patterson, the 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Cordero Patterson, his first touchdown of the new season, and the Raiders have taken the early lead. So they gave up the field goal, but boom, they get it right back. Don't even worry about getting their offense on the field. They return it on the kickoff.
So I see your 3 points.
And raise you
6. Double it up, coming right back at them. And if that's going to be the trade all game long, someone's going to be very happy with the end result.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Quentin Coples in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Second down, Cousins. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Ian Williams in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Now Cousins. Got it. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They'll get 19 out of this, but it will still bring up a 4th down. Now the 4th-year man from Oklahoma, Tress Way, on to punt. Back deep for the Raiders, Jalen Richard. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Raiders will take possession. Carry, here's Marshawn Lynch. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. He couldn't get the edge there. It wasn't sealed, so maybe not all on the guy running the football all the time on those tosses and the pitches that go to the outside. No, not at all. I would agree with that totally, because sometimes the defensive guys, they win the edge battle. And when they do that, there's no place for the running back to go, and especially for offensive linemen trying to get out ahead. With their footwork and speed, it was negligible on that play. No gain at all for the offense. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Lynch. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Footing's definitely going to be an issue because it's tough to make those quick cuts that you're used to making on a soggy track. In fact, a Hall of Fame runner once told me, cut on your heels in this type of weather. Gives you better balance.
Now Carr on the bootleg. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that that fell harmlessly to the ground. He can't get him down. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Redskins will take possession with a 1st and 10. And here come the Redskins now. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Brian Quick, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Dancing to his left. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bruce Irvin in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Tress Way now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. They'll keep pounding here with Lynch. A beautiful. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
So when you call a corner blitz, what a lot of teams call a cat blitz, you're expected to come after the quarterback, but in this case, he ran into the ball carrier. Really nice technique, because what you do is you come deep as the deepest offensive player, so he can't get outside of you.
And he powers his way up past the 30. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13, they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Now a handoff here to his running back. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
On is the punter King to send it away. Crowder now to return. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Here's Cousins. And the Raiders have got him. Mario Edwards in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Cousins. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is fielded at the 27. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And that'll bring up second down. To throw again. Carr. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
The best receivers we know always tease their quarterbacks that, hey, no matter what you do, you cannot overthrow me. Well, guess what? That's exactly what happened on that play. Normally, they time it up pretty well, but on that one, he just overshot him.
Airing one deep for Crabtree. And that one incomplete. Had some position, but couldn't hold on, and it brings up fourth down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will change here with very little time remaining until halftime. So out now come the Redskins. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive. I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. And we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. Gets past one man. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. No gain on the play there, second down. He's fumbled already once, Charles. I'm not going to say that that was in his mind there, but I'm sure that during some of these plays he is mindful of it. And once you fumble the ball, you know what your team tells you and your coaching staff? Take care of it. Rest of the game. And that does get in your mind a little bit, and sometimes that slows down your effort in trying to get free from tackles. And the defenders know it, too. They sniff that out, don't they? Everybody wants to swarm the football. You know the rule is first guy hold up the runner, everyone else try and get there and strip the ball free. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Carr. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Well, they haven't had a whole lot of success in the passing game here. Now, in the second half, he's thinking, I guess maybe just take a shot deep. I think you're right. Almost looking for a bailout, isn't he? Can my receiver go up and make a big play for me? Can I create a penalty downfield, maybe pick up an interference call and get that yardage downfield? Anything trying to get going again, but you're right. He definitely took a shot. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half?
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Play action now. Cousins. Flushed out right. Looking for Pryor long. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down. Then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back. But it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Redskins on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Working out of the gun. Cousins. Trying to lay one up deep. And a shot taken on third down. Unsuccessful. 4th down now.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Carr now on first down. They set up the screen to Lynch. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. First down, the run with Lynch. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Eluding the pressure right. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Redskins offense now. They head back onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
When I evaluated Jamison Crowder coming out of Duke, I thought he was already a pro in how he approached the game and ran routes, and I think his head coach, Jay Gruden, agrees.
Yeah, he has said repeatedly we want to keep him on the field as much as possible. He had 847 yards, 7 touchdowns a season ago. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Shift together here from the D-line. On 1st and 10, Cousins throwing the out route incomplete. It's Davis. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there, and if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
Cousins on 1st down. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Well, pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Off the play fake, Cousins. His throw incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
Yeah, really turned it loose, didn't he? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Cousins again. Out to the left here to Reed. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. The Redskins on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. They go play action. Cousins. Looking for Pryor long. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. 1st and goal from the 5. This is Kelly. Stops short. Down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Niles Paul, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Redskins have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. And he's got it as the lead is now 10-6. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Lynch. So able to break through the initial contact and then down right near the 25. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's going to rifle one deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by DJ Swearinger. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Trailing in the 4th, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
It's an absolute killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. They run with it. It's Kelly, and he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
This is caught, and he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Vernon Davis, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Redskins capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And his kick is good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Ryan Kerrigan coming in from his outside linebacker spot. He buries him for a loss of 10 or 11. To throw on 3rd down. Carr. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
Credit the secondary and credit the defensive game plan. They've been in his hip pocket all game long. They understood coming in that he was a big-time receiver.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Carr, got to have this one. Looking deep for Crabtree. And that's caught inside the 35. An unbelievable play there on 4th and long. 42 yards.
We know it's tough enough to pick up first downs on 3rd down plays, but when you go for it on 4th down, sometimes you're actually just praying, and on that play, the prayer was answered.
Carr gives to Marshawn. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Marshawn Lynch, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. And now the Raiders will face an important 2-point conversion attempt here. Now Carr. The quick slant caught, but he will not get in here. He stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game. Out to kick is Janikowski. On the return, here's a speedy Jamison Crowder. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. The drive starts with Rob Kelly, and not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Throwing here, Cousins. Setting up the screen to Kelly. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. The Redskins on third down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 14. Cousins to throw. And that is incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And that negates a pretty decent punt return.
And the goal is to gain a first down on a punt return, which is 10 yards. This was much more than that, but it is going to come back due to the illegal block in the back.
The 10th carry of the game for Marshawn Lynch. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Sua Cravens with a pick.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
And not great starting field position here for the offense. Cousins here to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Paul. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. A give. This is Kelly. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They'll keep it in the hands of Kelly. And he's brought down after a good gain. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
And, Brandon, this is where it pays to have a big back who can take over a football game, especially in the fourth quarter when you've got the lead. Your ability to not just wear people down, but close games out.
Cousins just going to take this one down to a knee and end it. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Or are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Redskins, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Redskins as we say so long from FedEx Field.
Man, too broke to pay attention. Man. Yeah. Man, listen. All I got is this ambition.